So that kind of leads into a thought I had while you were talking there in terms of, driverless technology and how that's going to impact public transportation.
Yeah.
I could see the bus driving 50, 100 people,
Yeah.
And what that impacts. And then also how was there a stigma with public transportation?
Oh, I think there was, and I think there still is.
And why is that the case? You would think that it would be easier. You get on, you don't have to worry about driving.
Well, if it's
you can work on whatever.
if it's there and gets you there, but part of what we've had to do is utilize roughly the same resources, inflation notwithstanding and so forth, but roughly the same resources that we had covering a greater geographic area. Give you an example.
Okay.
The ridership, we are traveling twice as far as we were, say, 20 years ago for the same level of ridership. Okay, so it's just spread, and to just pull that all together. So you've got all of these resources. If you extend a bus route, if you're not able to put more buses on it, you're increasing the time between buses. And we've got routes out there that are an hour between buses, and I would submit that's not public transportation.
No.
That's a lifeline. That's a gotta if you can sort of thing. The bus that comes out of shopping centers, if you look at them on a Sunday night, and you look at the last bus coming out of there on a Sunday night, there's 6-10 people on it. Hardly a bus load.
No.
You've had the bus out there for the evening to do that, but you're getting people to a job to be able to make something out of themselves.
Absolutely.
Right. So, and it's
the lifeline part of it.
That's the lifeline part of it. And it's a difficult struggle. You talked about automation of vehicles.
Yeah, I was just curious because you were talking about, at least what I sensed is that people want to go when they want to go, and public transportation, there's a certain system to it. You got to wait and get on, and when it shows up. And I've often wondered that, I don't want to get too far afield here, but driverless technology, I've often thought it's great maybe in theory, but the reality is and I've been known to do this, you're running behind, you drive faster, it says 25, but you're doing 50. I think about those things, but if you've got to know that you've got to get in something that's going to drive you, is it going to violate those principles? Anyway, went off on a rant.
But you talked about the technologies, and I'll give just Lyft and Uber and associated types of services. We've got a discussion going on in the transit business right now of this first mile, last mile. Okay. Sure, the traffic's heavy on Broadway, it's heavy on Dixie Highway, and so on. But when the person gets off the bus, how far do they have to walk? Right. So, and there are transit systems out there now who are working with Lyft and Uber, who are not, at first blush, natural allies, but could be. It could be that, okay, fine, you leave the big 40-foot bus on the main drag, and then where needed, someone gets scooped up and goes the last 2, 3, 5 miles to home.